Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Matt here with Tanks Lawn Maintenance. It is currently 7:03 p.m. Wednesday evening, March the 20th, the 2024th year of our Lord. And just wanted to hop on here and say what's up to y'all. And I also wanted to tell y'all that there's been a change in plans. This is my last week of work at my full-time job. Tomorrow is actually going to be my last day. And I have my reasons for it. I'll get into that in just a minute. But I just want you to know, man, I'm excited. I'm very excited. Um yeah. I had a I know most of you probably going to think I'm crazy, but I had another supernatural experience yesterday morning at work at my full-time job. And I'm actually being led to do this. And so let me explain that to you. My wife, this actually started Monday. My wife came home from work and she was sick as a dog. I mean, probably as sick as I've ever seen her. You know, I've seen her once when she had the flu. She wasn't this sick when she had COVID. You know, COVID affects everybody differently, and everything affects everybody differently. But I don't know what she had going on, but she had a stomach bug. She was burning up with a fever. She was in a lot of pain, and she was freezing cold at the same time, sweating like a rented mule. And it actually terrified me, man. I thought maybe she might have had COVID again for the third time, or maybe she might have had the flu or pneumonia or something like that. Because I've had pneumonia before, and that's about the way it was with me. Everything she had going on, but she got over it. You know, she was sick that day. She laid out of work yesterday because of it. She was sick all day yesterday, but not quite as sick as she was Monday. And then she feels a lot better now. She went to work today, but she was sick Monday, and of course, all of you know everything that's been going on with me at my full time job, and how bad everything's been going, and so I've been getting off very late every day, and it was dark when I got home from work yesterday, and it gets dark here about 7:30, 8 o'clock now, and well, actually about 8:30 now. It gets dark late now because of the time change, but she uh she was too sick to cook supper, and by the time I got home, it was too late for me to cook supper. So what I did was I gave my daughter my debit card to. I told her to go to McDonald's and just get everybody supper for the night, and I forgot to get my debit card back from her, which you would think no big deal. Well, this all happened Monday. Okay, Tuesday I woke up Tuesday. I don't even remember what I ate at McDonald's, but I ate Monday night. Tuesday morning, which was yesterday morning, I woke up. Man, I could have ate everything in my refrigerator. I was so hungry, and I don't know why. I was just I was hungry like something serious, And but I woke up late for some reason. I don't know why I woke up late, but I woke up late. I didn't wake up late enough to get to work late, but I woke up too late to it threw my routine off. When I wake up in the morning, I normally get a shower. I say my morning prayers, I get a shower, I go downstairs, I fix my jug of water, I fix 3 protein shakes for the day, and I get 2 bananas. I drink 1 protein shake right then, fix me a cup of coffee, put my other 2 protein shakes in my bag, put my coffee mug in my bag, and I put my 2 bananas in my bag. Well, when I left the house yesterday, the only thing I didn't even have my jug of water. The only thing I had was a mug of coffee. And my neighbor's walking around outside. He just waved at me. But the only thing I had with me was my coffee mug. And I went to go get a banana out of my bag. You know, I drank a protein shake before I left the house, but it didn't do nothing for me. So I went to go get a banana out of my bag, and I realized that I left all my bananas. I always carry 2 bananas to work with me every day. I left them both sitting on the kitchen counter. Left both my protein shakes on the kitchen counter. Or no, I didn't even make my protein shakes. The only one I made was the one I drank right then. And didn't do nothing for me, so I was hungry. Didn't have no bananas to eat, no protein shakes to drink. And I said, well, I'll be in Wadley, Georgia in about an hour. I'll just stop there. And when my favorite breakfast sandwich of all time is a bologna, egg, and cheese sandwich. It might sound disgusting to some of y'all, but I love bologna, egg, and cheese. Fried bologna, fried egg, and cheese on light bread. And that's my breakfast sandwich of choice. But anyway, stopped at the Jet convenience store in Wadley, Georgia. I got a bologna, egg, and cheese sandwich. Went over there, got a Butterfinger, and I got a Ultra Paradise Monster. Well, got to the cash register. Here's the thing. I always carry cash with me for one. And I never leave the house without my debit card. Well, I got to the cash register to pay for everything. I pulled my wallet out of my pocket, opened it up. I had 0 cash. Don't know where my cash is. I don't know if I just forgot to get cash out or what, but didn't have no cash with me. I forgot to get my debit card back from my daughter. I'm probably an hour and 15 minutes away from my house. I said, oh my gosh. I told the lady, I said, I've got to go put this stuff back. I don't have any money to pay for this. So I put the Monster back, put the Butterfinger back. I was walking back to the other side of the store to go put the bologna, egg, and cheese sandwich back. And the lady stopped me. She said, sir, she said, just take the sandwich with you. I'll pay for it. You cannot put it back. And I was already embarrassed, but when she told me that, I felt horrible. I felt horrible because Wadley, Georgia is there's only one company in Wadley, Georgia, and that's Battle Lumber Company. They're a family-owned lumber company, and I don't know what they're worth. I know they're a big time operation in Wadley, Georgia. I mean, it's a big operation down there. But 90% of the people down there work for Battle Lumber Company. And most people in Wadley, Georgia are not wealthy. And I'm assuming, I probably shouldn't assume, but, I know that store clerks don't make a whole lot of money. And this woman paid for me to have that breakfast sandwich to keep me out of trouble. And I felt terrible because I don't know this woman's situation. I really hope that she has enough common sense to not pay for somebody else's stuff, cover somebody else's mistake to keep them out of trouble if she can't afford it. But at the same time, if she's a Christian woman, in her poverty, she will help another person, another human being. And that triggered a whole storm of emotions. And I may have told y'all, matter of fact, there ain't no may to it. I know I told y'all about the supernatural experience I had when I got saved. And this was almost like that. I was so embarrassed and I felt so bad that I just told her thank you. I took the sandwich and walked out the store and got to the truck as quick as I could. And the first thing I did, is I blessed my food and I prayed, please, bless this woman behind the counter. And I hope she gets that money back tenfold. I really do. I hope she does. And I'm actually going to be down there tomorrow. I'm going to pay her the money back and then some. I'm going to compensate her greatly because she blessed me. She really did. And some of you may not understand that, but if you're a Christian, you should understand that. And that was a blessing. And it was a small act of kindness, right? Just like that was all it took to trigger a whole storm of emotions. And after I asked the Lord to bless me or to bless that woman, and she casted her bread upon the water, and I hope it comes back to her tenfold. I really do. And I when I did that, man, something happened within me, and it was just uncontrollable, man. I just lost it. I had a meltdown right there in the cab of the truck. The drive cam probably saw me. Don't really care, but it probably saw me, and just everything that's been going on the last 6 months, and you know the illness that I had, my wife being ill, all the rain we've had, everything has just been piling up on me, man, and it all bottled up for the past 6 months, and it all came out right then, and it was a mess. It really was, and I had no choice, man. I just cried out to God, and I asked Him for help. I told Him, I said, I've made a mess of everything down here, and told Him I thought I was doing the right thing, and trying to do the best I can by other human beings, and at the same time trying to give Him the glory for everything, and which I do give Him the glory for everything. I understand, as a Christian man, I understand that everything I own is just borrowed. Nothing I have is by chance, and everything has been given to me or loaned to me by God, and it can all be taken from me in the blink of an eye. And I'll be the first one to tell you that. I am. A lot of people may think I'm arrogant. I have been told that I'm arrogant before, and I get it. But at the same time, I'm really not arrogant. I know that everything I have is borrowed, and I'm humble enough to understand that it can all change in the blink of an eye. I really am. But that one little act of kindness yesterday morning, man, it was enough to just sparkle a, a show of emotions. And I asked God. I said, I told Him. I said, I need Your help, man. I said, I don't know what to do right now. I said, I'm scared to death for one. I've got a week left of work. I'm scared to death. I don't know what to do. I'm worried about my family. I'm worried about my wife. I'm worried about everything. I've got coworkers that are upset with me, people that I looked up to, people that I respect that are upset with me. I'm scared that I'm going to let my family down. I'm scared that I'm going to let my customers down. And I just don't know what to do. I asked Him for strength. I asked Him for guidance. And I told Him that I needed to know exactly what it is that I need to do. And I told y'all about Him speaking to me in an audible voice. And it was something sort of like that, but He did not speak to me in an audible voice. He kind of spoke to my heart, I guess you would say. And this thought popped into my mind in third person, I guess you could say, was, I've already told you what to do, son. And that was it. And I wiped my eyes, dried my cheeks off, and I said, if you're wanting this to be my last week, I need to know for sure. I need a sign. I need clarity. I said, I need to know that this is from you, God. I need to know that this is not a concocted thought from my own mind or from the devil himself. I need to know that this is from you, the Lord. And if you've got to give me a sign, give me a sign. But I need to know. Well, my first stop was Plant Hatch down in Baxley, Georgia. And it's about 2.5, 3 hours from the house. And I think I may have told y'all about that lady down there. She's a very sweet Southern Christian woman and the epitome of Southern Christianity. I mean, she's just, boy, she's all about Jesus, you know. I actually kind of envy her faith and the way she carries herself. But she told me, she said, I've told you before, you know, you're going to get whooped by God, and that's the last thing you want. You do not want to get whooped by God because it's a different kind of pain. And so if the Lord is leading you to do something, you need to trust Him. But I told her about it. She told me what I needed to do. And I texted my wife. I said, today is my last day. I'll explain later. I texted my mom, told her, I said, I need you to pray for me. I need you to pray for my wife. And I need you to pray for the store clerk at the Jet convenience store in Wadley, Georgia. She texted me back, got you covered. Well, got home yesterday. My wife was still somewhat sick. And I didn't want to burden her with all of that. And I didn't want to freak her out. You know, I told God, if you want this to happen this week, you're going to have to work on my wife. And you're going to have to give me courage. Well, after I told him that, now keep in mind, I'm driving down Highway 1 in Middle Georgia yesterday. And I told him that, right after I told him that, I just became, a sudden peace came over me. And it was almost like, I don't know if you've ever witnessed a warrior of war in their focus or their mentality or anything, but I became laser focused like I was in the midst of a spiritual battle. And I know that's what it was. I was in the midst of a spiritual battle, and which I still am. We all are, whether we realize it or not. We're in the midst of a spiritual battle every day. And spiritual warfare is a real thing. But I just became laser focused. I became at peace, and I was super tired. All the sleep deprivation has it has caught up with me, and just worn out, man. I was sleepy beyond measure, and I really don't remember how I got anywhere I got to yesterday. And that's how sleepy I was. I don't know if you've ever experienced that or not. Like, you drive a long distance, and then after you get there, it's like, man, how did I get here? I don't remember any of it. That's how it was yesterday. Everywhere I went, I was just so tired, so sleepy, I couldn't tell you how I got anywhere. But I just felt good. Well, this morning, today, Wednesday, I got to work, texted my wife, my mom, and all three of my kids, told them good morning, love them, hope they have a good day, all that good stuff. That's my routine after I get to work every morning. I text my wife, my mom, and my kids. And my wife texted me back, love you, hope you have a good day, hope everything's better than yesterday. Well, I had a really good day at work today, guys. I started work at 3 o'clock this morning, and I got done I think I got done at around 11:45. And I cannot tell you how long it has been since that has happened. I have not had a good day at work in so long now, it's not even funny. And I had a good day at work today, man. And I knew right off the bat, time I got to work, that it was going to be a good day when I saw my paperwork. I mean, I was awestruck. I was baffled. I really was. But I got to my third stop, and I called my wife to check on her, make sure she was okay. And she informed me she was good. She was ready to rock and roll back to normal, you know. And she told me, she said, you know, she said, I'm glad you called me. She said, because I nearly told you yesterday to just drag up that. And she feels terrible for me. She knows what I'm going through, and she sees it. I'm exhausted to no end. And she just feels bad for me. She feels horrible. And that sparked another emotional, not really a meltdown, but I just poured it out, you know. I poured everything out. And I told her, I said, you know, I said, I know everybody says they understand what I'm going through. I said, but until you've been blackballed by a company, there is no possible way to understand. I said, it's just like a soldier going to war and everyone that he is close to telling him, I understand what you're going through. No, you don't. You don't understand what they're going through until you've been through it. And I'm being blackballed, and I understand why I'm being blackballed. I knew that when I left the truck on the yard that morning when it was overweight, that things were going to get bad for me and that I was painting a target on my back. But at the same time, I was raised to stand up for what is right. And I'm under the impression that if I don't do it, who's going to? That's just the way I was raised. And it's almost to a fault, man. It's almost a curse. It gets me in trouble a lot, and sometimes you know, people praise me for it sometimes, but more times than not, it gets me in trouble. Well, I knew it was going to get bad, and at first it was kind of funny. It was kind of comical. But when you try to stand up against a $100 billion business, billion with a B, not an M, you are, it's almost, I mean, it's indescribable. I mean, it's almost like facing the devil himself and you don't have God on your side. It's terrible. There's absolutely nothing you can do. Nothing. These people can afford the best lawyers. They can do whatever they want to do. And that that's just the way the world turns. Money makes the world go round, and money gives you power. And it'll be that way until the day Jesus comes back. But it's a sad thing, you know. Here I am, and I'm not asking for any sympathy, guys. I'm really not. Don't think that. This isn't a pity party. I'm just explaining what's going on and my decision making here. But you take a guy like me. I'm a very small business owner, just a drop in the bucket, you know. I'm a man out here trying to make a living for his family. Started a business, growing my business into a full-time business. I'm at that point, and now my next step is to create jobs for other people in my community and to just keep growing, to maintain my business. That's really all I want. I'm not wanting to be rich. I mean, money is a good thing. I'm not denying that money is a good thing, and I'm not denying that you need money. But I'm not out here trying to get rich. I'm just trying to have a little bit of freedom and a little bit of peace of mind and hopefully be able to create jobs for others in the community. That's all. That's all I'm doing. And when a business tycoon like the company I work for takes out its wrath on a small guy like me, it's a terrible thing, man. It really is. It does things to you. It does things mentally, it does things physically, it does things spiritually, and it does things emotionally. And I never thought that things would get this bad. And I never thought that I would have to do anything like this. When I started this job 10.5 years ago, this is not what I expected. This is the last thing I expected. I just wanted to come in here and create better opportunities for my family. And for the most part, I have created good opportunity, or this company has created good opportunities for my family. But here the past 6 months, man, has been off the chain. It really has. It's like something I have never seen or never heard of. And but you know, I came home. I talked to my wife, poured my heart out, told her everything, the way I felt, and her exact words is, I know, I see what you're going through, and I wanted to tell you to just drag up, but I'm scared. And I told her, I said, I'm scared too, babe. I said, I really am. I said, but I'm looking at it like this. I've got 1 week left, and that's a two-edged sword. Come on, man, you've only got 1 week. You can do it. But at the same time, this is terrible. It's doing a lot to me, and it's only 1 week. And what's it going to hurt for me to miss 1 week? We've got enough work. We've got more work than I can handle right now. So, what am I doing here? What am I trying to prove? And at this point, it's harassment, is what it is. And I told her, I said, I'm not, I'm not that guy that wants to sue somebody. I don't want to do that. I said, I'm not out here trying to get a free dollar. That's not what I want. But if they're not going to leave me alone, I'd rather just move on and be at peace. That's it. Well, when I got back to the yard today, my supervisor was in the office, and he comes down once a week. It's normally on Thursdays. He was there today, and I told that's one of the reasons why I called my wife too, because I had such a good route. I said, something's not right, babe. I said, one of two things is going to happen here. I said, they either made a mistake and didn't put enough on my truck, or they're wanting me to be off early enough so they can come down here and fire me. One of the two. And because me and my supervisor, he texted me Sunday and said something to me about going 62 miles per hour in a 55 miles an hour zone of 5 miles over the speed limit, or 7 miles over the speed limit. And I sent him a long, drawn out text back, basically telling him, like, look, man, I'm giving you what you want. All I'm asking is just to be left alone so I can leave peacefully. That's all I want. And he texted me back last night, a couple days later, and said, man, it's nothing against you. It's nothing personal. I do this anytime somebody's caught speeding. And I just left it alone. Well, he was at the yard today. I said, look, I basically just ripped him open, I told him everything. I told him exactly the way I felt, exactly what's going on, exactly what everybody is seeing, exactly what other people at work are seeing and saying, what our customers are saying about all of it, because I don't have to tell my customers anything. They see it. And I told him, I said, dude, it's not a good look. It's not a good look at all. And if you think I'm the last guy leaving, you're out of your mind. But got home, talked to my wife on the phone. She was on her lunch break, and I told her, I said, I'm really considering making tomorrow my last day. And she said, well, all right then. And that was the last thing I expected to hear. It really was. Well, I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I'm still scared. I'm still scared. She got home from work, I told her, I said, man, I said, when I got off the phone with you, there's some geese flying over. I said, when I got off the phone with you, I looked at the weather radar. I said, the chances of rain for this weekend are very high. I said, I've got some weekly customers that have got to get done. And if it rains, I'm screwed. I said, I'm not going to be able to get it done. I said, I asked for God for a sign, and I said, I think this is a sign that He's telling me it's time to go. And she said, well, whatever you decide, I trust. And I said, do I have your blessing? She said, if you need it, you do. I said, well, I thought about it for a second. I said, well, let it be. And I hate it. I do. Because the customers I have at my full-time job have been very good to me over the years. They've paid my bills for a long time. And I've become friends with all of them. And I'm going to miss them. I really am. But it's time for me to turn the page, man. And tomorrow, if God wills it, tomorrow will be my last day behind the wheel of a tractor trailer. It will be my last day working at the company that I work for, and it will be my last day behind the wheel of a tractor trailer. And I'm excited, and I'm also sad, not gonna lie. And I know there's gonna be some folks mad with me. That's fine, man. I expect it. It is what it is, you know. But the bottom line is that my future and my life now is lawn and landscape. And I've got some pretty big jobs for a solo operator lined up for the first couple of weeks in April. I think this coming up week, I've got enough work for me to last 1, maybe 2 days. It's not going to be much this coming up week. But my plan is to take that week and completely recharge my batteries to get as much rest as I need, man, because I need it physically, mentally, and I need to spend time in the Word. And that's my plan. My customers at my full-time job are upset. I texted all of them tonight. I haven't texted anybody at my full-time job. I told everybody to keep that between us. And the reason being is because my truck is being loaded as we speak. And if I tell them right now, it's going to be 10 times worse. So I'm going to wait till tomorrow. And I'm not going to text my supervisor. I'm going to call him. As a man, I owe him that much respect. I'd rather tell him in person, but he's in Columbia, South Carolina. I'm in Augusta, Georgia. So I'm just going to call him and tell him over the phone. But it's time to turn the page and open a new chapter in my life. And so that's where we are. I am trusting God on this 100%. I'm trusting that He is going to provide for me. I'm trusting that He's going to open doors for me. And I'm also trusting that He's going to shut doors for me that I don't need to go through. And most importantly, I'm trusting that He is going to provide for my family, that He is going to protect my family, and that He is going to bless my family. And if bad things come to me, it is what it is. This is my decision. But I just don't want, the biggest thing I'm scared of is that my family will be affected by it. But either way, that's where we're standing right now. And it's supposed to rain all weekend. I don't know if I'm going to get any work done at all this weekend. I'm going to do what I can. And then I've got to be in Rock Hill, South Carolina first thing Saturday morning. So there's probably not going to be a whole lot getting done. But First thing Monday morning, man, I will be rocking and rolling, slicing and dicing. But look, man, I've gotten some very encouraging comments over the past several months from a lot of y'all. I've gained a lot of subscribers over the past several months from a lot of y'all. And I want y'all to know from the bottom of my heart, and my family included, we really do appreciate it. And you don't realize you don't realize how much kind words help people. They really do mean a lot. And y'all have been a blessing to me. And I appreciate it, and I appreciate y'all following me on this journey. This is the first big goal in my business, was going full time in my business. Now my next goal will be creating enough work that I need to hire an employee. But God only knows what the future holds for me. God only knows what the future holds for me and Tank's Lawn Maintenance. So I hope y'all will stay tuned and hang out with me on this journey. And I'm going to hop off here, man, because I really need to shave. Need to go get a shower. And for one last time, I've got to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning. But hey, man, till the next one, y'all keep cutting that grass and keep making that money. I'll let y'all. Bye.